Hello everyone, bonjour tout le monde. Welcome to EFA168 on this Sunday, September 6th. You cannot afford to get sick. I cannot afford to get sick. We cannot afford to get sick. And I say this because today I was looking at the news, and one of the New Talk Radio, they posted this article where this woman had to choose between rent or her cancer medication. And I'm talking from Canada here. And what a lot of people don't know is that not all medication, people think Canada is the healthcare wonderland of the world. And it's a great healthcare system, and I'm not going to talk against it because both my parents went through it, and their last years of their life, my mother the last 7 years of her life, my father the last 10 years of his life, I used their healthcare system for permanency. When I look at that, we do have a good healthcare system that can obviously get improved, but there's a lot of improvement that needs to be done. One of them is medication, for example. Medication has gone out of whack, and some of these medications, it's, I guess, in the millions. So there's people that choose between life or rent or life or whatever, right? And then this other article, I was listening to another newscast radio this week, and it struck a chord today because of that one article. And the other article was about people that are on some form of disability. For example, you're 22 years old, you have a private job, unless you have a government type job or a job that you private insurance that you pay for, expensive obviously, etc. Unless you have some form of backup like that, if you fall sick from for example, this gentleman had a neurological type disorder, just like that, right? Like my mother, ALS, she was 71 years old, boom, just happened, right? Well, some people that happens in their 20s, their 25s, their 30s, 35s, all that stuff. And what they would get, the people like that, like this gentleman would have multiple seizures. And individuals like that, what they would get is a disability type check. And I'm pretty sure it's like $1,000 in our area. It's like $1,000 a month. And I think if you're a couple or a family, I think it's like $1,500 a month. It's not much at all. And I was listening to that, and then I know a lot of the stuff with the issues of the veterans in our country and so forth. And I look at their people's monthly things, and people that are sick, people on disability, people that cannot work for whatever, not reasons that are tied to laziness or corruption or taking advantage of the system. I'm going to put those people and move them aside in life. I don't even want to bother wasting my energy on them. We have enough of those on the systems everywhere. But I want to focus on those that are dependent on the system because of true healthcare concerns, true life-changing concerns that they cannot work and so forth, can't take care of themselves, right? I feel for that. And that's why I come back to what I said in the beginning. We cannot afford to get sick, not even in Canada. And this is why I'm going to tie it back to health, right? About the longevities and taking care of yourself and being as proactive as possible. I was listening to an old podcast today. It's not even that old, 6 months ago. It's a Joe Rogan podcast, and it was in March, written in the middle of March. And this gentleman, he's basically a medical investigator on the side of like viruses and so forth. It's a really, really good podcast. It's number 7 out of all his podcasts, and it was only aired 6 months ago. And I was re-listening to all that and a lot of the stuff that's going on today, right? And then we're going into flu season. I'm going into the flu season, and if I listened to back in March, now we're going into September, so we're moving forward here, right? And all these conditions of health. And if you saw the system right now, a lot of the people that got ill and their businesses and so forth, they can't afford to get sick because the system's not there for you for that. You might get sick, you might end up in a hospital. What after? What after if you're sick, if you don't have insurance, if you don't have any of that? Can you live on $1,000 a month or $1,500 a month? Right? Think about that for a second. So when I say you can't afford to get sick, we can't afford to get sick unless you are really, 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 really well covered and to maintain your style of life and so on and so forth. Unless you're ready to make a major life readjustment, right? Stay healthy or get healthy.